What's going on, guys? Danny here from Metal Couch, and today we are going to be starting part one of a two-part series so far of the Metallica Remastered Digital Deluxe box sets that they have been releasing. They've released them in time for Record Store Day this year, and up until recently I hadn't been able to pick up these deluxe editions because there's a lot of stuff in here, a lot of ground to cover, not to mention the fact that when I heard they were remastering these two albums, I felt like I need to go back and talk about them anyway, even though I've previously given my thoughts about Kill 'Em All and Ride the Lightning in the past. We're mostly here just to talk about the quality of the remasters and the bonus content within. So, in terms of the album itself and how well it was remastered, I'm kind of put off slightly with how they're doing these remasters. They've made it louder, which I guess that's okay. It doesn't really bother me as long as it's not super loud to the point of clipping. But at the same time, Kill 'Em All, when you listen to some of the original mixes and the way it was originally intended and put out, it had this kind of open feel to it, like as if you were listening to this album in an open space. There was just a little bit of reverb in there, a little bit of, maybe even a delay effect. That has been pretty much eliminated. Save for a few sections here with like some of the guitar solos and stuff like that still have that effect. But when you're going through and you're listening to the drum tracks or you're listening to the rhythm guitar tracks, that feel is eliminated. So if that's something that you feel like you need to have when listening to this album, that these remasters aren't really for you, for me, I personally don't really care. Those original mixes are always there, so are these new ones. You can easily pick up an older copy of Kill 'Em All, like on CD, for probably less than $4 at this point. It's an album that's been sold for decades now and is ridiculously cheap. Even these remasters, I saw that you could pick up a CD copy for about $10, which, considering that it's Metallica and they like to price gouge on everything, I'm completely surprised that it only costs that much. They really wanted to get you with this deluxe box set, and also with the vinyls. The vinyls, in some places I've seen them go for $25. Amazon's got them for $18.99, which is not too bad. Or you could just go to your local record store, which I don't have, and see what they go for there. So really only go off the prices of, like, say, a overpriced store like FYE or the internet. So in terms of Kill 'Em All itself, the disc, the main album, the head thing, the remaster's okay. I mean, they made it louder to fit with modern loudness standards, which is kind of a dumb thing to begin with, but you're really not looking at this video for the actual remaster. You're looking for all the bonus content, which there is a lot. I actually sat down on an afternoon that I had off from work and listened to every single bonus thing that came in this box set. And there are 4 live albums, the Jump in the Fire picture disc. There are rough mixes. There's things called special neck brace remixes I've never heard of before, which some were previously released, some haven't been. In terms of the rough mixes are okay. They're not really demo territory like what I wanted, but then again, No Life Till Leather exists and was recently released on cassette for Record Store Day last year. So if you're looking for something like that, you can look for that online. I highly recommend getting your hands on the No Life Till Leather cassette. The audio quality and the quality of the demo on that is fantastic. The rough mixes, on the other hand, like they're okay. They're not necessarily what I was looking for with rough mixes. There's not that much of a difference sometimes with the original album's mix and this rough mix. For those of you who bought the physical box set, you're getting this very, very nice package. It's like a book. It's got a whole bunch of, it's got a book within a book, like lyric sheets and photos from the era. You're also getting, I think it's somewhere around the ballpark of 8 vinyl records or something like that. 2 for each live show, the Jump in the Fire picture disc, the album remastered, the rough mixes. I can't remember off the top of my head. I think this album also has some radio interviews or something like that. I know Ride the Lightning has video interviews with Lars. My digital deluxe edition does not come with those, which I found to be really strange, especially since they're audio recordings, why those wouldn't be included. But in terms of the quality of the live shows, they are incredibly hit or miss. You have to keep in mind that a lot of these were bootlegs from the early 80s and may have deteriorated over time, and Metallica really took the time to go through each one of them and try to preserve them to the best of their ability. In some places, it's not great. When you get into Ride the Lightning, which I'll talk about in the next video, you'll find that the quality of those increases to an extent. As for the rough mixes on this album, there's not that much of a difference from the original mix, and I don't really care for those. The thing that really interested me was in the live shows. You can hear early Ride the Lightning tracks. There's a live album. I think it's I have the list here in front of me. It is in there's a CD live at the Keystone, Palo Alto, California, from October 31st of '83, and it's got stuff such as Creeping Death live. It's really weird to hear a version of Creeping Death where James switches lyrics because he hasn't finalized it yet, or you have an early version of the Call of Cthulhu, When Hell Freezes Over, is also present. That's the thing that I was really looking forward to with some of these live shows, is because I had heard back in the day that's what they had done, is that they would slip in Ride the Lightning material into some of their early live shows. So before Kill 'Em All even came out, there was Ride the Lightning stuff in their live sets. So it's pretty cool. And again, some of these live shows, they vary on audio quality. Some of them sound great. Some of them are kind of, this might have been recorded, on a potato and slightly brought forward and preserved on a potato. All in all, this set is huge. They're numbered sets, so knowing Metallica fans, they're probably eventually going to sell out. They're not sold out right now, but probably by the end of the year, you won't be able to get your hands on this unless you go through a secondhand market. Like somebody just so happens to be selling one because they don't want it anymore. They're numbered, so once they're gone, I guess. And it really sets a precedent for Master of Puppets and Justice for All if they ever decide to give those the same treatment, which I assume they're going to. Maybe not so much the Black Album, well, maybe the Black Album, but I can't imagine them going any further than that. In all honesty, with this box set, it is a gigantic value. You can pick it up for $135 physical. So the digital deluxe stuff I picked up for around $100, which I can't really complain about. I still want to get a physical copy of the vinyl because the vinyl masters are different than the CD masters. I'll talk about that in the next video. For $100 to get 4 live shows, all of this stuff, it's a great value. And if you're a huge fan of Kill 'Em All like I am, it's something you have to listen to. So I highly recommend picking this up. As for the remaster quality, take it or leave it. If you don't care about it being slightly louder and getting rid of just a little bit of that reverb, then go ahead, pick it up. But as for me, I think I might stick around with the original mixes for Kill 'Em All just because it sounds better, even though these are louder. And I guess if you want to blare them out of a car, it's easier. I don't know. I don't really understand why bands feel like they need to do remasters that are louder. As far as brick walling in the mix, I haven't heard anything like that yet. So let me know in the comments below if you know for a fact that this is brick walled or not. I haven't really investigated into that. So I highly recommend this box set. Not really going to give it a grade out of 10. It's just a recommendation for those who, if you like Kill 'Em All, you will like this box set. If you like early Metallica, you will like this box set. So come back for part 2 where we talk about Ride the Lightning. I have a lot more to say about that box set than this one, mostly because Ride the Lightning is my favorite. Thanks a lot for watching. Danny here from Metal Couch, signing out.